Wanted to post a quick update video of how to hook up 28 batteries in parallel and series and do it with a balanced charging. Each one of these 12 volt batteries are set up in parallel, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and so forth and so on. Each one of these 4 battery banks creates a 48 volt battery. Now, I was having some problems with some of the cells reading less than the other ones, and I didn't have balanced charging. I started reading a lot of forums, this, that, and the other, and I only had one place hooking it to all my batteries. So what I decided to do was, no matter where it comes from, the positive, which are coming out, all of these are twisted like the manual says. On the inverters, there's 3 of them set up in 3-phase. I have a lot of military equipment that I run, and it's on 3-phase power. So 3 inverters set up to run in 3-phase. And so they're all coming into the positive here. I have a 200 amp marine for really boating, but they're pretty high quality. And so I figured I'd get one of these. There's my breaker on and off. Comes in all right here. And at any leg that you follow going down, no matter where it goes in, one goes in there, one goes in right here, and another one goes there. But at any point, you'll be within one battery, within one jump of where it feeds off of the system. So that one goes there. We have this one. It can go here and here. That's one jump. And the other one comes in there, so it can go back to this one jump, into this one jump. Now, I was reading there's another way of hooking them up. The negative is the same way. There's another way of hooking them up where they say it's called the post method. In every single positive and negative of every single one of your batteries that are hooked up in series to make a 48 volt battery has a leg coming off of it and running to the main post. We started to do that, and we also was making the cables 100% the same length. I guess if you're dealing with high amperage, that's what you would like to do. But we have 1 gauge cable, and we're not dealing with super high amperage. And all of the cables to the batteries connecting are the same length. All of the cables going from positive, negative, or positive, positive, all connecting negatives, all the positives being connected at that end to run them in parallel, they are all the same length. And then the only ones that are different are the little legs that come down and feed into the system. Now, in a perfect system, those would all be the same lengths as well. But I found a really good article. It had a picture of 4 different ways of hooking up batteries for balanced charging. A bus bar was good. The other method I was doing post, they said was a little better, but it just was so much wire. And it was this method where each battery is less than 1 terminal away, so that feeds in there and it can feed that one. Then we have another wire, the negative coming down here, can feed that one off of 1 jump. So that one can also feed this off of 1 jump, and there's one there, can feed this battery bank off of 1 jump, and also the last battery bank off of 1 jump. So it's about as balanced as I can get it without having every single battery have a positive and a negative going to the post. But like I said, they're all twisted, positive and the negative coming out. Those aren't, because of the way it's where the hookup points are. Well, those are twisted coming out as well. I've read a bunch of articles about twisting the cables. Some people said yes, some people said no. Some people quoted right out of the instruction manual of one of their inverters, which is so some people says it really doesn't matter unless you're kicking up super high amperage. I don't know. I just twisted them. It doesn't seem that bad. Anyway, that's a quick update on the battery bank. It was sort of difficult every time you're looking for batteries hookups. There's nobody that shows you a video like this one of how to hook up 28 12-volt car batteries to build your battery bank. But I think it roughly came out to 28,000. Dear, get your calculator out real quick on your phone, quickly. Come over here, please. Bring your calculator. So if you look at these batteries right here, they are 114 amp hours. They're 12 volts. So do 12 by 114 times 28. So if you're trying to calculate, a lot of people don't know how to do this. As a matter of fact, I just went back and got a refresher on a guy, great YouTuber. He posts all these things to figure out. Some batteries have amp hours, and then a lot of the solar panel systems that set up talk about, can I have that number, please? Talk about kilowatt hours, and it's just an easy way to do it. So if you want to get your amp hours on your battery, if it's he said why he made the video is a lot of people are seeing a 48 volt battery at 100 amp hours, and he's like, it's $1,500. It's a really good price. People are like, well, why is that's $1,500? And this one was 800 or somewhere along those lines, but it was a 12 volt battery. So he's like, a lot of people don't understand the difference in the voltage and the amp hour rating. So he was posting a video on that. I reread that. But let's say you got a 12 volt battery and 114 amp hours. You just times 12 by 114, and that'll give you the kilowatt hours. So on mine, I take the 12 volt battery, times it by 114 amp hours, and then times that by 28, because I have 28 batteries hooked up. Hold on, my wife's little phone security thing kicked on. So right here, this battery bank is roughly 38,304 kilowatt hours. Now, mind you, it's a lead acid battery bank. So on a lead acid battery bank, you're only supposed to take them down to about 50% depth of discharge. It'll start shortening the lifespan if you go deeper than that. So we try to make sure our voltages are never lower than 48 volts. I think 48, I've read so many different sites, so many different forums, about what they are as far as 50% depth of discharge. I'm just sticking with 48. We try not to let them get below 48 volts. But that's what we have. We're going to end up doing a year update on the battery bank performance. We're using these to go back to that, talking about it now. Maybe I'll just post this video with the video. So these Everstarts, they are marine premium deep cycle power. You can get them at Walmart. They're about 110 bucks. They have a 2-year warranty. They also have these. We accidentally bought the wrong ones. The misses. These have the 1-year warranty. They do have more. Instead of 114 amp hours, they have 122 amp hours, but then they have a 1-year warranty. And since we've had 2 bad cells in these batteries already, definitely go with the 2-year warranty one. And like I said, we're hopefully going to get 5-6 years out of them, but we'll see. We figured the first initial setup, we were out here in the middle of the woods living in a military tent. So we originally started with 4, just the power of the lights, and we have the fridge. And then we ended up with a microwave and coffee maker, and then we got a hot water heater. So our little camping tent went from a little camping tent to a shower, a bathroom. There's water storage tote, water pumps, pressure, water purifiers. Ended up doing the whole 9 yards here. So this is what we got. I was really not wanting to show the inverters because I'm having some issues with, they're supposedly supposed to swap one of these inverters out for me. It works great in single phase or in single mode. But when you put it in 3-phase, it keeps around for 2 hours, shut itself off, reset itself, and it's problematic. since our big military AC is 3-phase, and so just my take on it. I don't know about the company and if they do things. That's why I said I really don't want to talk about that in this video yet. Yeah, of course you can just go look at my channel and see some other ones. So let's see here. Where is the one that's got the... See that little dot next to ATE dot OK? So I think that little dot on the ATE OK was them not really wanting to completely cross it off. And so one of the inverters here, it doesn't want to work in 3-phase, and I think maybe the company was like, you know what's the odds? Yeah, it failed the ATE test. I've researched that, seen what it means. It's automatic test equipment, how the manufacturers test bulk equipment really fast, and it might have failed, but it's like, oh, it's a component that runs if you hook it up in parallel or hook it up in 3-phase or something. So if it's running by itself, it doesn't shut off, it doesn't have any problems, and when it is in 3-phase, it seems to be doing okay. But they said they would replace it, and that was 2 months ago. So we do planned on spending a lot of money on bigger and better inverters. Not a lot of companies make all the 3-phase inverters, so that's where we're at. But battery bank back online. I redid some things. We're going to route those two. I routed that one behind it. I don't know why. I routed the AC out. These yellow wires on the front side of the wood. Well, I got a little 3-phase panel. And everything seems to be going well now. That's the update for anybody who wants to know how to hook up 28 Walmart batteries together. It is powering a home, powering everything, AC unit, pretty much doing everything that you would want a off-grid solar system to do at this point. Anyway, that's it.